Welcome back in, guys. That's right, I am Pookie. I am your Platinum Paladin. Gang, Sony just keeps making the news for the bad reasons. Alright. Let's get through the intro, and we'll talk about this price hike. Alright, let's get right into this thing. So let me start by looking at the article that was put up. Basically, Jim Ryan posted this article. It popped up a bunch on Twitter. The global economic environment is a challenge that many of you around the world are no doubt experiencing. We're seeing high global inflation rates as well as adverse currency trends impacting consumers and creating pressure on many industries. Based on these challenging economic conditions, SIE has made a difficult decision to increase the recommended retail price RRP of PS5 in select markets across Europe, Middle East, and Africa, Asia Pacific, Latin America, as well as Canada. There will be no price increase in the United States. And then, of course, it goes on to list the price increases. I mean, some of them conversion-wise anywhere up to like $60 US. I'm not the greatest with the currency conversions, but they are all increases. Now, while this increase is a necessity given the current global economic environment and its impact on SIE's business, our top priority continues to be improving the PS5 supply situation so that as many players as possible can experience everything the PS5 has to offer and what's to come. Okay, so here's the thing, crew. Like, I gotta pull some of this volume down a little bit because that kicked up pretty high. But all right, here's the deal. First off, I'm going to lead and be like, I am stateside, so this does not directly impact me. That doesn't alter the fact that this is something that needs to be addressed. This is, to my knowledge, this is the first price hike on a console that I can remember. Usually they come out, they're at a static price, and after a while they go down in price. This is the first time I've actually seen one go up. Now, again, like they said in the article, there are some arguments that can be made, you know, production, you know, getting parts. There's been a parts shortage all over the world since 2020. I get that stuff. I really do. And it does lead me to this statement, though, is Sony has already had some trouble producing the PS5s, and I know they were talking about prioritizing production. Maybe this increase is a little bit associated with that, trying to pay up to essentially get stuff out there. The trouble is, though, is, I mean, these things aren't even like hardly on shelves. It's very rare to see somebody out in the wild who just finds one at Walmart or Best Buy or whatever you wanna throw out there. Your storefront. It's really hard to find these as it is. So the justification for an increase has me a little bit jaded. Especially I haven't dug too much into it, so you know, I understand if I come off as a little lacking in the knowledge department, but last I heard, Sony's currently in a lawsuit as well surrounding the price of their digital storefront too. So, like I said, they just kind of keep making the news for the wrong reasons. This kind of thing, it agitates me, but it scares me a little bit because I've seen this before. I've seen this song. This was when the PS3 came out with its incredibly high price, and there were some limitations. And sure, the people will probably argue the PS3 was stronger than the Xbox 360 at the time. But the Xbox 360 did have the price point, and it did have a game library going in. Like right now, the biggest thing that is helping Sony out is the game library, a lot of first-party stuff that you just can't get anywhere else. Now I know, yes, Sony rather, are expanding their games to like computer, which is good. I think that the full-on exclusivity model is pretty rough and has been rough. Like, in a lot of ways, I just encourage people play where they want to play. Like, and that's why third-party games I never kind of bring up in these discussions, because those are the ones you can enjoy anywhere, and 9 times out of 10, okay, you might get a little bit of a performance boost on say the Xbox side. You can maybe get a frame rate boost, where on the PlayStation side these days you'll get a loading time boost. It's at the end of the day, some of that stuff is a wash. What bugs me here, like I said, is we go into this knowing full well that people are already struggling being able to get these, and they're pricing themselves even further out. I mean, like I mentioned earlier, anywhere up to like a $60, if not $70 increase for the hardware. Man, that really is rough. And I remember, again, when the PS3 came out, it was one of those, like, the price point was super high because it was the introduction of the Blu-ray, and at the time that was one of the only places you could get a Blu-ray player, and they priced themselves right out of the market. And then it turned into a perfect storm with the PS3, where, you know, the price was super high, and then people who were getting them were having hardware issues, so, you know, houses are catching on fire, that sort of thing. Thank goodness I haven't heard a lot of the horror stories like that with the PlayStation 5, but you get what I'm saying. It's a chain of a bunch of things that really end up leading to the downfall of a system. And yeah, it took the PS3 a super long time to recover from that. Like, they were dominated by their competition for a long time because of that. I personally, again, I think it really does suck for everybody who don't have one yet. Like, I had the luxury of being able to get one early, and then again, you know, like I said, I know this, I'm not trying to come off as like, oh yay for me, like this, I know this doesn't impact the United States, but the fact that it impacts anybody is just, it's garbage in my opinion, and it really does suck in every sense of the word. Like, I'm hoping that they get all this stuff figured out and normalize, because between this and the digital storefront, I don't know, man. The PS4 era was fantastic. The PS2 and PS1 era were fantastic. Like, but there have been some boneheaded marketing moves surrounding the PS3 and the PS5 eras. So hopefully they get it all sorted out. You know, let me know what you guys think. If there's a justification beyond kind of what I covered in the hardware and such, on these price increases, hey man, let me know. Like I said, I'm not trying to play the console war. I'm not packing up and running over to a single platform. I own all the platforms that I can. So this is definitely not one of those. This is just kind of a talking head piece going over something I honestly think needs to be addressed. Like, honestly, Sony in this circumstance, do better. Do better, because this really does suck. As always, guys, I appreciate you taking the time to tune in and check out this talking head piece. Like, subscribe, tag that bell for notifications. This has been Pookie, your Platinum Paladin. You guys have a good one.